Alrighty, guys. It's me again, Chrono JJ. It's a fantastic Tuesday night. And I've got another best of 3 series here for you from the RTS League Hybrid Cup. And tonight's matchup is between F2 and WKT-B. This is the second of the 2 round 3 matches in the double elimination phase of the tournament. Yesterday I did the other half, and then today is this half. The loser goes home. They're done. The winner moves on to the final 4, and we are again a best of 3. And I just need to press a few buttons here, and I think we can get this going. It's already 10 o'clock, just a little bit of a slower start than normal. There we go. A little bit of Age of Empires 2 soundtrack planned for you to start. And we are going to dive into this, hopefully get this over with soon, go to bed, and then on to tomorrow. Alrighty. So we will, and it doesn't really matter if I got that preview on, off, or otherwise. So we will have to find these games here. I think we might be looking at maybe this one. Nope, nope, this is just me against the AI. We will go to this one. Nope, nope, that's just me against the AI again. We'll try this one. I might have to download these. I thought I had them in my recorded game thing, so alright. No, I played too many games against the AI. Hold on now. Hold on, I guess I should have actually checked this. It was kind of running late tonight, so let me get you back to this main screen here, and we will download a few games. Dun, 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 dun. Not off of YouTube, I need to download these off of Voobly. Alright, RTS League Ladder, here we go. There we are. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Should be downloaded. We will move them into my proper... Dang it, I hate this computer. Get this into our RTS League. Oops. Sorry, guys. Usually I'm on top of this, but you have to forgive me. I got kids. They are whacking all sorts of sense that I've got out of me. Alrighty. Now, we should be good to go. Alrighty, F2 versus... Nope, right here. Alrighty, here we go. Let me just pause this real quick. Is this game one? Yep, it's game one. Get this, get that. Get it off of my main screen here. That would suck if I forgot to do that. And are we good? We're good. Alrighty. Alright, so here we go. We're getting into this first game of the series here. And on the left is our WKT team. And we've got Marcos as... Oh, hold on here. This is, something's wrong with this. Alright, this is not the right recording game. This is all jacked up. I'm really annoyed. Something is wrong with this here. Let's try it again. Nope, this is not it. Dang it! This sucks. This is what happens when I assume. Like, normally I put a little more effort into this and like check it out ahead of time. make sure everything was working right, and this time I didn't for like the first time ever. Okay. Let's try this. All right. I don't think this is right. Oh, you know what? That's why. I don't I don't have the right game files turned on here. Oh, I'm stupid. How would I put it on the hybrid patch and then it'll work? Man, I'm an idiot. Sometimes. I'm trying to watch these games on the wrong game version here, which is causing problems. So here we go. Alrighty. Yeah. Mr. Crank, laugh at me here. Now we're going to get into it. Okay, we're ready. Alright, this looks a lot better here. Okay. So, now that we have the right game version, we've got spawning on the top of the map. Grand Monster, he's playing Odin. He's flank. Three-Eyed Odin is not playing Odin. He's playing Zeus. He's a pocket. And then on the right is Marcos. He's playing Oranos. This is WKT. Down on the bottom, we've got AOL Iron Maiden representing F2. He is Thor. Our pocket player is, in fact, Player. He's playing Zeus. And on the right is probably the best player to ever play this game. This guy called Chrono JJ playing Ra. This guy, if you haven't watched one of his recorded games, he is a legend. Man, so this game's actually going to be a little bit different than normal as far as my casting, because normally I'm casting these games without knowing what happened. Obviously, I played in these games, so I kind of know what's going on. One thing kind of interesting I just noticed is that this guy, Three-Eyed Odin, went up here to eat here first, then realized it was one lone zebra, and then had to move all of his villagers back down here to his chicken. That's not good. Now what we discovered is that every player started with one solo rhinoceros. So I'm eating my rhinoceros, player is eating his rhinoceros, and Iron Maiden found two rhinoceros because he couldn't find his, which was actually ended up being right here. So this guy, Three-Eyed Odin, a little bit behind the 8-ball in that he is not on hunt right now, and in fact neither is Grand Monster and neither is Marcos. So interesting that they did not actually see that they had a starting rhinoceros. We do have two down here, so now as soon as he sees these, he is moving on over. He probably has hunting. Nope, does not have hunting dogs. Now he's getting hunting dogs. As soon as he saw this, he is getting hunting dogs moving over here. So remember, this is the hybrid patch, so no H2 town centers amongst other miscellaneous things. So our strategy going into here is I'm Ra. I'm going to do the typical Ra fast heroic. So then player and Iron Maiden, we're going to do some early aggression and being careful not to get caught out, because when you've got an Oranos, Zeus, Odin, right? Odin? You're going to anticipate three of them being aggressive early. So it's important for these two guys because they'll probably end up getting kind of... So one of these guys is going to get doubled early. So just got to play safe, not get caught out. And so We see these guys, a lot of, gotta move way up here. He did use Great Hunt on these Gazelle to get more of them. And let's try not to get these idols. I actually haven't watched the recorded game, so I don't really know what exactly went on over on this side. And I'm kind of the point where I'm not nearly as fast as a player as I used to, so I kind of got to focus on myself and hope everybody else is doing good, which tends to happen when players on my team. He kind of carries generally. But yeah, only one Egyptian, which is nice to see. Typically, at least in my opinion, even though I play raw, I hate to see many Egyptians because just kind of, I don't know, kind of boring. Because I'm raw, I'm going to be transferring to rain early. I do not go out of my base. I do not hunt forward. I don't even get hunting dogs, just husbandry. Because it's not worth to get hunting dogs for one rhinoceros. And since I'm going to be doing early rain, why go up here to get this hunt just to move back down here? I, at one point, did see Marcos's oracle, so I am anticipating he would at least try to come at me first, and I do kind of have slightly vulnerable gold mine here, so I'm thinking to myself, I need to wall this bad boy off, so I'm going to end up putting a wall over here. So I am playing in this game, but this is the recorded game, so it's not actually live. But yeah, this is me. I actually played in the tournament for the first time. So Marcos is in fact the first person up at 4 minutes and 8 seconds, and he is got all his oracles down here, getting ready for a Valor, trying to push kind of pointlessly right here, kind of a pointless aggression at a pointless location, and I get do some quick brisk walling here, put her Alt S, and then hop it in the tower and down here, and now he can't even kill my tower. And his Oracle Valor, or his Valor oracles are completely useless. I don't know why he would do that. Most people generally wait until they get some units and then do it in their town center or their base and get 3 hero units and then a hero citizen. Just keep in mind that your heroed citizen does gather approximately 10% faster than non-heroed, so you get your villager in and you get a faster gathering. But yeah, so he's got these and they're just kind of useless. Now everybody else is hopping up to their classical ages, and Iron Maiden building kind of forward, getting his town center, and I have shifted. Whole giant grand monster. I got 2 dwarfies and his ox cart from right here. This is to try to give Iron Maiden an early advantage so we can pressure over here. However, right now is right when I realized that I never built a monument, and it's hard to research Shadoof for cheaper farms when it costs 10 favor and you don't even have a monument. So I royally screwed this up because I need my favor fast. Here I am, I need to get another monument because I completely jack things up. So that sucked, and Marcos, now realizing that there's no point in attacking me, is now coming over here and doing a little bit of a raid on player. Here's his first raid here. These oracles still useless, but yeah, the lack of the monuments was just absolutely awful. So now I'm kind of in almost like stuck in neutral, waiting for myself to get my 10 favor so that I can start building farms, because I don't want to build farms for 70 gold. That is terrible. But now we've got Iron Maiden coming up here. Should be able to get the early aggression because of my shift on the dwarves and ox carts, which should put Grandmaster behind. And hopefully our plan was that it would force green to help defend, and then that would allow either player, probably player, to be able to combat Marcos's Uranos raids. So he is okay. Iron Maiden is up here. We did not quite see, so Grandmaster was hunting up here and has just now gone back to his base. Would have been great to have caught that out and killed those villagers, and in fact they are now roaming over here kind of a bold move. You'd hope that Iron Maiden would catch this. Do we have that? We do have that scouted. So you can't tell on here, but one thing you can do in order to see if someone's eating and you don't have line of sight is to click on the animals, and when you see right here this red bar, this animal is alive. This animal is not alive because the red bar is gone. So even though it looks alive because we haven't scouted it, this is how you can tell. Okay, he's hunting, eating from here, and now we have this raid coming in, and red anticipated it. I think he probably got line of sight through this tower and had to retreat, so that was good catch there. And now I have finally managed to get my resources for Shadoof, and I've got rain going about a minute slower than what I need to, and purple is getting his aggression on red's gold mine, and our raids here Ronald's raids have kind of dissipated. He should have done a little bit more pressure, and he's actually now sitting defensively on his hunt. But yeah, that 2K gameplay, it is actually a great tool to use, is that checking of the hunt. Because, I mean, on high hunt maps, you can just go through and check them all. Let's see, hunting here. No, they're alive. And aha, I have found the dead animal. So yeah, keep that in your strategy bank. So because of the early pressure onto here, it is forcing Three-Eyed Odin to kind of help defend. So I spoiled this game to myself by playing it. Yes, you're right. Blackadder did stream these live. These games were played a few days ago. So it needs to be careful. Iron Maiden is getting his cavalry caught out. We're getting a lot of damage here just with some poor pathing. We have a shockwave here that did end up killing two of player's centaurs. I remember him kind of complaining about that during the game, that he lost both his centaurs. Kind of important because 2 centaurs, that's not cheap. Especially when he has to defend because of the Uranos. So I am up at 936 because I forgot Shadoof, or my monuments. That is about a minute and a half slower than what I should have done. So really, really poorly. Just terrible execution. Don't really deserve to win because of that. And Marcos with good management here. Really nice catch by him. He saw me advance. It is the natural assumption that I would be trying to fortify next to the gold mine. So he did a good job of anticipating that and coming down here and slowing down my Migdol, killing this lady who apparently wants to chop this tree, and did get one other. And I need to really get this built. And we have a raid now. This gold mine is gone, so trying to sit on this gold mine here. I probably could have used pestilence, or not pestilence, locust there, but I passed on it, seeing only 11 dwarves, and now we are pushing. Marcos is pushing back. He made a little bit of a mistake. He went too far away, which allowed me to build this Migdol, and because he only has Terma, he has to fall back, and I empower this to get faster units trained and shooting down the Raven. So yeah, Marcos did a good job initially, but he pulled back for some unknown reason, which allowed me to move back and build this. And I also have a town center as well. And watch out for these villagers. Oh, she died. And I send these forward to go find some places to raid. I'm not sure what this is all about here. I'm not sure why Iron Maiden is so far defensive. I think he thought these were coming in to raid, is my guess. Should build a wall, and actually walls can save a lot. Okay, so he is, yes, he is now building a wall. He probably should have done that sooner, so that he didn't have to send all his raiding cavalry back, because these guys should be out raiding after all. They are raiding cavalry. And here I am looking for stuff to kill. At this camel, trying to solo a whole bunch of Terma. Actually does pretty well considering how he's outnumbered. And we did, Marcos did age up too, and I'm trying to prevent this town center from going up. But just don't quite have the army. Just, man, just that delaying myself because of no, look at these guys. Why is she, gold digger. Okay, so Grandmaster is trying to fortify this, get some, at least some hold of this. Ooh, there are some villagers gathering here, but I don't think Iron Maiden can afford to fight because of all of red. We have quite the battle here between the Greek players. Looks like player will win this because he's got upgraded Hippocon, and he does have both his heroes as opposed to Three-Eyed Odin, who does not. So yeah, the unit upgrades are very important. Well, this was good. So he kind of split up, Iron Maiden split up his raiders here, and while these guys were chasing them, this army comes over. I like that. Now he needs to fall back with these two. Sometimes, I'm not sure why, but the chatty modes show up in this, and other times they don't. So I'm kind of confused as to why it does work. Here's me trying to do a little bit of a raid, which did work. Forced Green at least to come back with all of his army, allowing now Grandmaster to be doubled on this side. And yeah, I don't know if the emote spam will work or if maybe that's why it didn't. But Marcos now is kind of laid off of any sort of aggression as well. He is way on the defensive, and this is just kind of proof of how easy it is to play raw, where you can completely forget your monuments and delay yourself by a minute and a half and still be effective. I like it. All right, so we've got, they wanted to use Locust when these villagers were running through, but I was just a little bit too slow to get there, and that's when we wanted to use it. And now I use it now because we're going to be able to get some good unit blockage here and on all the gold mines, and I think that is every dwarf dead. So that was 14 dwarves, and they no longer exist. Right as Grandmaster has aged up to Heroic Age. He no longer has any gold mining. The fight, you're right, this fight was bad. We lost quite a bit of units. But like really could have just gone up here and path blocked, waited for Locust, and then ran out. He could have done that with just probably his raiding cavalry, but yeah, we lost a lot of units. But yeah, the Locust went well. If I could have gotten it just a second, like 5 seconds earlier when these villagers were roaming through, I could have done a lot more damage. And meanwhile, down here, one problem I'm running into is even though I have my economy a little bit out of whack here, I got 1,500 gold and only wood and only 100 gold, which is kind of preventing me from getting my army up fast enough. I am trying to sneak this town center. Even though I'm on defensive, I wanted to get this town center. But yeah, kind of a poor fight. You're right, we lost a lot of units. But good Locust. You're right, Mr. Antonio. And sending my 5 HP Pharaoh up to Marcos. Once he hit Heroic Age, he kind of, his effectiveness kind of disappeared. Like this fight here really, I'm not sure why I'm popping units out and losing them one at a time. I should just be garrisoning them in here so that they're not dying. Like, actually, these siege towers in Migdol will actually kill this entire army. As ridiculous as it is. Well, yeah, him sitting here is really accomplishing nothing because I'm mining from back here. And now Iron Maiden is actually getting pushed back because of, yes, just lost too many units up here. So he got pushed back. Forward base destroyed. He is rebuilding down here. Player, I do believe, getting his town centers a little bit faster than Three-Eyed Odin is. Would be interested to check build count. Three-Eyed Odin actually got a pretty decent start. For at least the scoreline is pretty good. And now Grandmaster building this town center here. And yeah, suddenly we went from having map control to losing map control. And we see Grandmaster taking, this is actually Iron Maiden's forward town center, and Grandmaster has his own. But lack of wallage here is allowing a raid to come through. Look at me just fighting completely at unit disadvantage here. And even though he did not kill the Vills, we did see Grandmaster was able to pull back through the wall. But this is also just to show the importance of walls, that just this wall here, what did he pay for this wall? Probably 40 gold. And just look how much it saved. It saved all of his villagers, for many of them, from dying. So I am actually doing some kind of crazy kamikaze raids. This is where Marcos is gathering his gold, so I'm just kind of trying to flood units in and prevent him from gathering gold, which is working out okay. My big problem that I had is that I only have one Migdol, which is kind of hurting me as far as keeping up with unit production. Like you see, I have the resources, but I'm only sitting at 130 pop. And we got a fight down here. They have now pushed all the way front, but Grandmaster went too far forward here. He's going to lose a lot of his army. And I think this is Grandmaster's forest. So it does do damage to our units, but just not quite close enough to be doing the damage. And yeah, he lost a lot of units there, just too far forward. Not enough units from green. Yeah, I'm trying to outflood an Arano, says Ara, which is actually working out okay. I just needed another Migdol. And then I also am trying to prevent him from getting this town center, which is working so far. And kind of, I'm almost in a way, look at these lion helping out my camel. Oh, are they going to get the last hit? They did! Look at that! And continuing to push up here, I think we are trying to coax a Frost out without Iron Maiden using flaming weapons. So yeah, we are just sitting here. I'm also very slow to get my upgraded town centers, so to get myself even more population. And really ran out of gold here at a very poor time. I have 93 gold and I need more, but at least it doesn't really matter about his raid. So yeah, now Green's army, I'm trying to find it, doesn't really exist. I think this is his army right here. So we can push through here, and so now we really got just fights going on two fronts. We got the main fight here, a little bit of a raid by Iron Maiden. If he goes up here and not noticed, he can do some damage. But yeah, we got this fight here, and we've got me just kind of annoying with siege towers and this shockwave a little bit too late. But yeah, I don't know, like, Thriad Odin has good score, but I don't know if he's trying to go up Mythic right now. No, he just kind of is non-existent on the map as far as an army. And we did force out a Frost, so that is good. And also this raid has forced Grandmaster to stop gathering. And see, now I am finally getting enough of an army to prevent him from mining gold here for the most part. Kind of popping in and out, playing just a stupid game. Got my second and third Migdol here. Probably would have been better to use that resources to get fortified town center, because now I have enough military production, but I don't even have fortified town center yet, so I can't really continue army production because I'm at pop. Making siege towers because they're really good tank units, and also I'm just trying to cause problems. Let's look at Marcos here. Like, look at him right now. He's sitting at 99 and 90 pop. He has 2,000 food and 14 gold. Mainly because of this pressure right here. But he is up Mythic. Probably a little bit of an early Mythic. You're spending 2,000 resources just on Mythic when you have your pop is at 100. And Frost is over, but in that time allowed Green to show up with an army, and they did defend. And Iron Maiden is getting the crap raided out of him right here. Lost his Ox card. Is that his only gold? It is. Iron Maiden. How is he doing for gold right now? Oh, almost none. Player, is he advancing? Yes, he is. Me, am I advancing? I am not. But I did grab this town center. My eco just wasn't what it should have been. Partly because of going all the way back to the beginning of the game. Oh, also, this Tartarian game, just a terrible placement. Uses it right next to 20 villagers with Skin of the Rhino. Just terrible spot for it, right next to the town center. Like, what? Why here? Just a terrible spot. You spent 2,000 resources for this. And still pushing through here. How is my eco upgrades at anyway? I should get my third one here. And now player is up. Feistus uses his Plenty Vault. We had bronze used over here. It's quite the battle here. We got frost used, bronze used. Kind of a losing battle for Iron Maiden. I don't know why he's fighting this here. There we go. Retreat. Just let bronze run out. We got a minute left. I think we are starting our trade earlier than they are. Yeah. Iron Maiden's got his trade going. I've got players got his. I've got mine, and I think it's only just Three-Eyed Odin that's got his going. And Marcos, at this point, he's mythic, but he's only at two town centers. Him trying to push through here just won't work. And I'm still just kind of flooding units. Elephants for tanks. Everybody wants this gold mine now. Grandmaster's gathering gold, even though they got all these gold mines back here. Oh, never mind, this one's gone. So this one, Iron Maiden's coming up here to mine off of this gold right next to this fortress that's being built. It's kind of interesting. It always is watching my own recorded games and just kind of seeing what's going on. Now he's got two town centers. Do you talk to Marcos? He's got two. Because he actually stole a town center from his ally. I think, yeah, so he stole Three-Eyed Odin's, which caused Three-Eyed Odin to steal Grandmasters, which then caused him. Does he have a safe gold? Yeah, it's right here. Well, you're gathering it. But, yeah, he decided to come up here, I guess. I mean, he does have trade going, so I guess he doesn't really need it so much. I think I'm aging up at this point. Yeah. And I got... Dang it, I need to... I think I lose a lot of... Too many siege towers, really. I got 2 on auto queue, and that's preventing me from getting, like, normal... Like, pretending I'm doing pre-siege, just minus the priest. Oh man, like where is my army outside of the siege towers? Yeah. This is why I tend to not watch my recorded games, because I watch myself and then wonder like, what in the world was I doing? Like, this is my army right here, is an upgraded camel. 3 of them. And still fighting over here, we got player with a Petrobolus. We could put in a wall here. It is nice. He's got his scout back here for a potential underworld. Oh, we still have ceasefires. 2 of them actually are still sitting in the bank. At this point, fighting here, it's just a lot to push through. You got a hill fort, town center. I'm finally up mythic at 25 minutes, which is like 5-6 minutes slower than what I should be. But he is Greek with the infantry, or not Greek, he is, oh nice frost on the Helipolis to keep it from attacking the town center. But infantry get the higher attack, and I assume he is punching out his technologies for armory in the blacksmith. In fact, he's almost got all of them. Now we have fortified town center. They really held this a long time. The player's score now kind of just booming based on he's mythic. He's got plenty of all. He's getting all of his armory technologies. I've got Son of Osiris here. And now you're really wondering, and actually Marcos is taking it back town center. So he's actually at 3 town centers to 4, but Atlanteans versus Egyptian and Mythic Age. And we got this underworld here. Player is moving back here with all of his army, realizing that fighting on this front just is not working. It's kind of a futile, and it's a nice place for the underworld because it's right in between 2 town centers. And forces out green ceasefire, and now I have upgraded siege towers. I'm finally at full pop, 180, 180, with actually upgraded units. Finally getting a few blacksmith upgrades, holy cow. And I've got the Osiris upgrade for my camels too. Nice upgrade. And I'm getting more camels. I get my camel upgrade? Okay, cool. And I think now I probably got all my... Nope. Still don't have... There it is. I just got my last farm upgrade. Iron Maiden putting together a few barracks there. But yeah, so... Green is going to have to defend this. And he is behind player, so he does not have as many armory upgrades yet. And he's probably about getting them now. Okay, so he's actually almost all the way full. But player getting this walled off. Trying to hype this ending. Well, yeah, I don't know where Green's army is, but it's yeah, that's what you're doing, getting all these upgrades. But look, I'm catching up. I'm only 1100 behind now. I got he used shockwave on these siege towers. Didn't even know. But yeah, Green used ceasefire but never even came back. I don't know where his army is. And Grand's Monster using Ragnarok on his side. But yeah, I mean, the Atlantean can't help defend because he has to defend up here. I got some catapults hiding behind my walls. Son of Osiris killing the military barracks. 1 town center down. I've showed up just because. I almost grabbed it just to grab it, but I decided not to. And Iron Maiden is responding with his own Ragnarok. So let's see, Iron Maiden is at 268 and Grandmaster is at 309. So Grandmaster actually has a better reg than Iron Maiden. And I have reassembled my market. I had a bad market here. I should not have been on this market. This is a very small trade route. I needed to build my market up here earlier and trade to this back town center. Instead, I had a very poor market route here to here, which is very short. But yeah, if you're wondering what WKT is going to do to win this game, at this point, not a whole lot. I mean, it's just a little bit of posturing here. Let's see who wins the Ragnarok, but Iron Maiden does have flaming weapons, which now he's going to use. You can see how bugged all these units get. There's just too many units in the same spot. They don't know where to go, so they're just kind of all staring at each other. And yeah, player is killing the other town center here, and I'm killing the rest of Marcos, who is sitting at 99 to 120 pop with nothing. So he's dead. I'm even killing his farm just because. And Iron Maiden's still trying just to kill this, which I don't think he ever manages to do. But yeah, they got this underworld sitting in their back, and I'm building this Migdol right here. And oh, I turned off of the farm. I did not kill the farm. And Marcos down to 0 town centers. Quite, almost. The villager got the last whack in, but I'm up to 5, and now they resigned. So really, our strategy, if you could call it that, really wasn't too too crazy. It worked well, which was for me to fast heroic, me to target Grand Monster to allow this side here to move through. It actually didn't quite work because actually Grand Monster despite being behind Iron Maiden, actually was able to get map control. Mainly because of this very poor fight here where we lost a ton of army. And then me, because I forgot my monuments, ended up delaying my Shadoof and delaying my heroic by about 1.5 minutes, which delays everything exponentially from there. So I was actually well behind what I should have been. See, now my the emotes aren't working. Don't know why it happens. So we'll look at. I mean, when you're looking at a 9-minute 35-second advanced heroic for Ra without any harass, that's terrible, just awful. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes these emotes show up and sometimes they don't. I don't know why it's like that. It's probably a setting that I could change. Let's see. Grandmaster at a 90ville to 101. Look, at least I had the most eco units. And I did have the best economy. I threw away a lot of units, just single hand, running them in one at a time. I needed to like actually queue them up and then fight. Like probably my kill loss is even, which shouldn't be when I'm using Migdal units. He should be ahead with Migdal units. But that's game 1. F2 emerged victorious. And that was our whole map, by the way. So we will now move on to game number 2. Where do I have this? It's in here. Oh, there it is. Game 2 is WKT's home map, and if you happen to see on the loading screen there, yes, you did see a lot of Egyptians. So WKT is on the top, and we'll just keep this simple. We got Grandmaster, he's a flank, he's Ra. We've got Marcos, he's the pocket, he's a Ranos, and we've got the other flank is Three-Eyed Odin, same players, he's Ra. On the bottom, Iron Maiden, Ra. In the middle, F2 player, Ra. On the edge, this amazing player, expert staff, RTS Sanctuary, Ra. The problem why are we all Ra? Good question. So the problem when you're playing the hybrid patch is you got shifting sands, which can shift 3 villagers. And then you also would have, at least on our opponent, two Egyptians going up with Locust. If we get one player that goes Greek or Norse, you know he's going to get double shifted, and you know he's going to get double Locust. And that's just hard to overcome. I mean, you said, well, maybe we can counter a shift by shift back, but if they're smart, they would shift and then cast rain, and then we wouldn't be able to shift back. So we wanted to do either a Greek or a Norse. Maybe more so a Norse, like a Thor. But it's just too risky. Also the fact that typically Oasis is a really low hunt map, so Greek and Norse just really struggle, and they can't really build early farms to get in on all the rain action. Probably the only thing we could have done is probably instead of 3 Ra, we probably should have had an Isis. Isis Ancestors Eclipse is strong, and with Prosperity he can get in on all the rain with an early Prosperity and then like 5-minute 30-second farm. So Isis probably would have been good to have instead of 3 Ra, but it's alright. The Aranos player, it's not terrible to have Aranos. The problem is that in this situation, the Aranos is going to fall off like crazy towards the end game, because what is the Aranos going to do against 3 Egyptians? They also got a little bit unlucky that their Aranos was a pocket. You want your Aranos to be a flank so that he can get some really early aggression, because that's really the main point of an Aranos here, is early turn to push everybody into their base. But the problem is everybody's Ra, so gonna be in the base anyway. So Aranos is a little bit of a kind of an odd choice anyway. I mean, 3 Ra, you're not gonna have much to raid, and then on top of that he's in the pocket, which he's got to go across the whole map to raid. What's up, Ozone? So we're seeing probably early husbandry from hopefully nope, he does not have husbandry. I believe I got husbandry. Yeah, I got husbandry. We did have let's see, what is it? Few early zebra. I think it's, what was it, 5 zebra which actually comes up to about even if you want to get hunting dogs, and it is worth it for 5 zebra. Because you have to counter in, you're spending 200 resources for faster gathering. Now, what are you saying? When did we play these? They were on Sunday afternoon. Blackadder streamed them. They're on Blackadder Plays. Maybe you're looking on the RTS League channel. They are not on the RTS League channel. If you're wanting him to stream, watch his stream. It's on Blackadder Plays. He used his own channel for it. Now, the only decision that is to be made here as a Ra is do you age up with Ptah or do you age up with Bast? If you're going to age up with Bast, you make Archaic farms, which is what Iron Main's doing. He's going up with Bast, and same thing, Three-Eyed Odin is going up as Bast as well. Overall, I feel like Ptah is a better choice. The cheaper farms really helps out. Where's this guy going? And yes, granted, if you do the Archaic farms, you can get in and reign before everybody else can get benefit of it. But over time, I feel like Shaduf is better. Just the cheaper farms for the rest of the game. Shifting Sands is also a very, very strong god power. But Eclipse does have some uses, which we will touch on later. Although, well, anyway, I'll try not to spoil it. It's really not that great, I suppose. So we have Three-Eyed Odin is the first to get his reign on. I hope he does at least have husbandry. He does. Obviously he can't have... Why did people go Bast? It's mainly to get that reign in before everybody else gets there. So essentially, Three-Eyed Odin is getting his own personal farm or reign, which Iron Maiden is getting in on too. But you see, it's not helping me, and it's not a helping player either. So that's kind of the goal, is to get a reign in before everybody else gets theirs in, so that he's the only one benefiting from it. Bast does have Sacred Cats too, which does help with is that a 10 or 11% farming upgrade. That is important as well, especially when you're going to be farming all game. But one thing he does do that I kind of disagree with, Three-Eyed Odin will eventually do some Sphinx raids, but that's a waste in this situation, is Sphinx raid. I mean, you see he's advancing up at 630. By the time he gets Sphinx out, it's just too late to have much of an effect. Player is, I feel like he should not have been gathering from these berries. Should have moved over to goats. Berries are just so slow. Nice to get your goats up, because I think player is kind of missing out on some rainage, because I think I'm the next to rain. Maybe it's Iron Maiden. He's up so late. Yeah, we had some late advances here. Alright, let's get these guys over here. I'm waiting for my villagers to figure out which farms to go to. Alright, so yeah, now I'm up using rain at 6 minutes. And yeah, player advanced probably a little too slow. He's completely missing my rain too. Let's see who all is. And actually, alright, so yeah, Grandmaster was ready for, so they were all ready for it. I mean, obviously we don't have him. I'm also kind of surprised. This was actually a big mistake from them. Is Grandmaster, who went up with Ptah and got Shaduf, he should be sending a villager over here to build the Atlantean some 47 gold farms instead of the 200 wood farms that he has to build. And we see now Marco's trying to do some early raids, but if you're just marching all the way across the map, and what's he gonna raid? It shouldn't be on Twitch. I know I watched it, because I watched it later to see what he had to say about me. And Grandmaster got his reign in. So yeah, we've got player and Iron Maiden still yet to reign. So what are we looking at for an advance? So I'm gonna be up pre 8 minutes. So this is the time I should have had in the previous game. And Grandmaster also found the Black Lotus, which increased farming. That's a great relic for this situation. It's a 10% upgrade, I do believe, to farming. So that's awesome relic to get. What's this relic here? Nothing good. So yeah, we've got rain, 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 rain. What do you mean? What is this wall? I did this wall because we did not know, because we're raw and have terrible scouting. I didn't know where the Uranos was, and if the Uranos was here and I didn't wall, he could have planted Terma here and really really harass my gold mine since it was forward. So that's the reason for the wall, Ozone. Yes, I did fear. I was afraid of the Uranos raids, but now we know he's not on me. And oh, I'm gonna grab a town center first, actually. I went for a heavy eco strat here based on the fact that as of right now I have 1,300 food, and to me building a Migdol right away, I feel like I was not gonna get really against another Ra. I was not going to find much to attack early, so in my mind getting a town center right away was more beneficial. We got these Terma roaming around. I don't even think they found anything to fight yet. And green has 1, 2, 3 Sphinx. Again, I just don't understand the Sphinx. Like, what's he gonna do? I mean, I guess he can't get line of fight. Maybe do they have Locust? He was going to actually, I believe, try to do a Locust here. And Iron Maiden got that rain in just in time, which actually probably is fairly significant. Yeah, because they do have 2 locusts. And now I'm coming up here. Yes, you know, if I would have made a Migdol right away, I probably could have maybe prevented this. But hindsight's 2020 player putting a real defensive Migdol right in his base. Also, not empowering the town center right now. I think I end up getting my second farm upgrade pretty soon too, hopefully. Maybe not, because I'm low on gold. So I'm getting 2 markets to get a really early market trade. The second market, a little bit overkill. I ended up kind of slowing down my advance time to Mythic because I did not have enough food. So I ended up running out of food because I did 2 markets. And we tried to get this wall here, and now we've got kind of the Sphinx and the Terma all together now. And Iron Maiden, okay, so he's got this. Okay, we got Pestilence on the farms here. Not really trying to kill villagers, it's to kill all the farms, and it's actually an effective use of it because 3-eyed Odin is Bass, so he does not get the cheaper farms. So this is idle villager time, farms. And then we did that right before rain was used, so now 3-eyed Odin is kind of missing out on rain for a lot of this rain. And again, just trying to raid, but he actually should turn and fight this. This is a winning fight for him right under here. And now I'm finally making units after getting my second town center and now 2 markets to pump. And I see that Mr. Red is going with elephants, so I'm kind of anticipating he will not raid at this point and will more go for like a full frontal attack at some point. So I start kind of fortifying up, and look at this, I got my wall here. Kind of, you can't see it, but I got a wall around my Migdol here, and then I'm putting another one here. These are actually, you don't see players do this very much, but this is actually really annoying to attack through, is when you got a wall right next to the Migdol. Player here is fighting all of these with just some camels, and gotta run now because these Sphinx are showing up. I mean, just look at how far behind Odin, even though he's the first to use rain, like he's just now building an army. I don't think the ram can go through the wall. It depends on where the wall is. The rams do actually have a slight bit of range, but I don't think they might. You might have to build it out just a little bit to get it. Where do we have a pestilence? So we have locust. We have a locust here, and I did mine here. This was Actually did end up killing some of it. This was kind of a waste of a locust. We should have done it again on Three-Eyed Odin because of his expensive farm. So I kind of wasted my locust. That was not a good locust. And I got quite the trade route coming through here. How much are they carrying at a time? Anyway, where are my return caravans? Alright, so let's look. What is he carrying? Oh, I can't see. 266 gold. That is just crazy. And of course, as Ra, always empower your market. Okay, and we got just camels fighting Terma, and then we got these Sphinx here. And Three-Eyed Odin's actual army is missing. Yeah, that team trade bonus is just ridiculous. I don't know why they included, and I'm even building them. I'm still anticipating. I keep seeing that he's got a huge elephant siege tower army. I'm anticipating he's going to come here and fight, so I'm putting another layer of walls and a tower to get crenellations and kill. And so now I've realized all these caravans are kind of slowing me down, so I've stopped producing caravans. I think out of 2, and now I just have 1. What's my eco upgrades? Even signed at some crummy eco upgrades too. Yeah, player knows what's going on. He's got eco upgrades. Iron Maiden, not so much. Eco upgrades. Yeah, they never built this guy walls or farms. Really surprised by that. Man, that tech here. And see, I know he's trying to do the full frontal, so I'm just kind of annoying him and just drying. Yes, I always use AFK fill. They tend to appear in my games. And now I'm finally taking my town center. Oh, one also thing I did not touch on yet. All the town centers spawn back. There is not a single town center. So the original Oasis varied. You could have forward town centers or all back town centers, and this is all back town centers. And when you consider you're playing against 3 Ra and all the town centers are back, it just makes aggression so hard, because say they push through and get to here, the defender's advantage here is just so huge, because Iron Maiden or the Egyptian just generically can use mercenaries to defend, and mercenaries are ridiculously strong, and the attacking Egyptian cannot, just because of how far away it is, the push. Whereas if you get forward town centers, that completely changes how this game plays. And now here he comes for his full frontal here, and he sees my walls and my towers, and I'm actually surprised he doesn't push through a little bit more. It's kind of sitting back because I really don't have an army, because I'm just focusing on what is my pop? I'm pop, but I have no army because I did all eco so far. I have a ton of trade. And he realizes, okay, this is stupid. He falls back. Good move. Because he knows he's never going to push through here. Look at this raid. And player has used locust. Where is this locust? Oh, right here. Okay, this is an acceptable locust. You got some red vills. Also, these citizens decided to go this way and then march right back down through the pestilence, locust, whatever it is. But not quite getting another one. Oh. Yeah, he is getting another one. Those last few ticks. Why are they going? This is a problem. No wonder my trade sucked. Look at this. These stupid camels here got distracted by this wall and decided to go around here. Actually, it's only just these 3. The rest of them are rerouting properly. I was about to rage on player for that, but yeah, okay. I just suck anyway. Look at all these idle villagers. So we've got, actually, WKT are the first to advance to Mythic. They're actually decently ahead of us. We are kind of a little bit behind. Yeah, you're right, my trade was getting raided. You don't need to defend yourself, man. I know. You just need to get this wall in. So here is kind of the turning point of the game right here. I gotta pause this. So Grand Monster, realizing he can't really push through here, has done what he should do and has switched sides and has shifted his units over to here. However, as time moves on, you will see that this shift, while great, was in the wrong spot. He shifted to the forward build that green was already going to kill. And then, right now, his army kind of useless, sitting around doing nothing. We now have a Pestilence Locust here, and then Tornado on this town center, which does kill it. And actually, things are looking pretty dire. But WKT really screwed this up. They needed to shift this army here, and then use Tornado on like this town center. And that puts Iron Maiden down to just one town center. But the shift up here, just poor positioning, and then the Tornado just wasted. Should have shifted here, that would kill this town center, and then use Tornado on somewhere else. And I'm trying to push here, but again, this is where, on this map, the defender's advantage is so huge, is that he can just spam mercenaries, and I can't. I mean, I suppose I could maybe have gotten the upgraded ones and went all the way up here, but the attack is just so hard because if I make... I mean, I'm also behind because of all my stupid trade. But yeah, this is the turning point of the game right here. Another problem that Grandmaster did when he shifted is that he did not, for whatever reason, shift any villagers. Like, if he could have built over here and then just defended with his stupid mercenaries, that would have been completely different. A lot different. But he didn't. So his shift, as soon as his army dies, is kind of over. And then returns this back to a 2-on-2 with one of the two on WKT side being Atlantean. And as we all know, Atlantean against Mythic Age Egyptian is almost useless. And about this time, what do I got for economy? I got a lot of economy. I think a lot of people do, except for Iron Maiden. Yeah, he's sitting pretty low. But yeah, now Red's army is gone, and now it's 2-on-2 again. And yes, they have pushed through here, but again, this is because town centers are all back. Until they actually control this, the fact that they have map control here really almost means nothing, because it doesn't matter. Like, if this town center is forward, this is completely different. WKT, huge advantage. And they have an advantage right now. But you're just looking at Atlantean Ra against Ra. Just how can they push through? It's just tough. Especially because your Atlantean is a pocket whose closest base is right here. I mean, he's got to run all the way down here just to get to the fight. And Three-Eyed Odin getting real aggressive with his Osiris here. And I think Mr. OC here, Mr. Osiris, is dead. Complete waste of the Osiris. And now we see the problem, where purple has no forward build. It's just green. Green wasted his Osiris, who, yes, in my game, every Osiris is called Chrono JJ because I edited the game file for when I made my overlay so that he's named Chrono JJ. And actually, if we look at it, you'll see that the description is all about me, Chrono JJ. Because I changed my files just because I'm stupid. And of course up here it's just a typical Ra v Ra, complete and utter stalemate. Who's going to push through? Well, nobody. And I think at this point in the game, I have a lot of economy. I'm like, hey player, do you want me to build a wonder? And he forbade me. He's like, no wonder. So, alright, no wonder. And yeah, we've got useless Arcus against chariot archers and camels. And green trying to fight against two Osirises here. And we are saying that this push now is what looked like so promising. Oh, you did? I thought you said don't. I thought you told me not to build a wonder, so I didn't. I thought you said no. Man, I suck at this. We'll say it was lost in translation. Yeah, our miscommunication sucks. The series against UCA was some real suckage. But yeah, we've got trade routes. We've got raw. You're knowing like because the attack is so hard, because any defender can just use mercenaries and the attack can't. The only person that can really be pushed is the Iranos, who is unfortunately the pocket. So it just takes so long to get there. You've been having a quiet day and didn't want to continue playing AOM, but you're glad there's someone you can watch. You drink with wine. So now we've got Three-Eyed Odin is making his wonder. Probably should have done it earlier. And I respond with mine. Now, here is unfortunately, we will... yes, I am playing. I am actually playing in this game. This is the first time I played in this this wonder here, or this game, this tournament. So... I actually realized that there is a slight mistake with the hybrid patch with this game. Now, in Titans, you can empower wonders. In the original Age of Mythology, which this is supposed to mimic, you can't. Now, I shift sands my Pharaoh back to get my empowerment because my Pharaoh was way out of line, way up here, and I needed to get empowerment because you wanted to get the wonder done first. So I kind of got really a little bit of an unfair advantage because Three-Eyed Odin did not realize, being an Age of Mythology player, that you could empower the wonder. And actually, when we're comparing hit points here, right now I'm at, I can't see because I got this, 39, 87, and so we're actually just about even. But the fact that I am empowering with my Pharaoh is going to put me ahead, because the Pharaoh empowers faster than the priest. But that was very advantageous to us in that, and then now finally Osiris showed up. But yeah, I shifted just to get my Pharaoh back. Now I got idle things, and yeah, now Iron Maiden's got his town center back. And we've got it's an Iranos. Just you can't hold. So it's a wonder race, but I'm gonna win because challenge that takes forever for an Egyptian to build with one villager. So does he end up? He does end up showing up with his Pharaoh at the end. Is he empowering with? Yes, he is. So he actually realizes halfway. Well, actually, he started empowering with the priest right away, but he does get the Pharaoh on, and I finished mine. Mine is now done at 9:40. I have 9 minutes, so he is about 13 seconds later. So, man, he built the wonder first, Ozone. I would not have built one if he wouldn't have built his first. But yeah, I took advantage of a slight overlook in the patch. Did not realize in AOM you couldn't empower your wonder. But yeah, you tell me how in the world is that landing going to do anything against double Osiris? And by the way, I still got idle. So now at this point it's just protect the wonder, and Grand Monster's better score really means nothing because how is he going to push? I mean, I got resources for days, and I realize the only way that they're going to kill this wonder is to come in with rocks. So I start just throwing down some towers to kill any rocks that might come flying through the middle. I got these towers up here already to prevent rocks from here, so just fortifying up. And he's got this, so really the main excitement was right here, and WKT just completely scuffing their shift, and their tornado is what cost them down here. And now they push, the slow push back, pushing through the middle. Yeah, that's one thing, is that the cannon power. But I don't know why he's whining, because he did it anyway. I'm pretty sure he knew about it, because he started empowering it right away. So to try to claim that he didn't know about it was actually not true. I think he found out about it in their previous match on Oasis when he didn't use empowerment on his Wonder and realized after that he could have. And so to complain about it when he did it anyway, should it be this way? No, but he knew about it. And player building a backup Wonder in case mine dies and Three-Eyed Odin dies. Building the backup Wonder. Nice looking building. Do I win with a Wonder? Man, Ozone, you're gonna have to tune in and watch the rest to find out. And yeah, now it's just a slow push. You always want to push forward with towers. I mean, 200 golds, and with the ballista towers, they're just so strong. I mean, what's their attack? 22 attack with 2 arrows, so 44 attack, and then you add crenellations, which is plus 300% or times 3, I think. Yeah, times 3. So what is it? 44 times 3 is 120 some damage a second to. And we got our first rock drop of the game coming up here. Player is ready. This first rock shot. We also still have a Shifting Sands and an Eclipse. So actually, with Eclipse on the original AOM, and actually Titans until the rock got nerfed with speed, if you use Eclipse, the rock is actually untargetable by ranged units. So actually, with Three-Eyed Odin having Eclipse, he could have built a rock, threw in full pop, 20 catapults, and just eclipsed all the way past everything without taking any damage, and he could have killed my Wonder. The only thing that could have stopped would have been Osiris because the bolt attack cannot miss, so the Osiris might have been able to shoot the rocks down. So this is round 1, and gets the town center, or not the town center, gets the Wonder down to about 33% hit points. And all I'm doing on this side here is just could have killed, but didn't. Yeah, you're right. I mean, let's be real. Would I cast these games if we lost? Actually, I want to see what is in these 2. So he's got 4 catapults and 6 catapults. I think even if they land here, they won't kill him. I actually kind of did not fortify this side of the map up very well to start off with. But yeah, he's got to go through here, and you're seeing the damage to this one rock. This is the one with 4. He actually does not quite land with the 4 and only gets 6 catapults out. So not enough to kill it. Still, we just kind of got a stalemate push here. No push here. This is just kind of nothing going on here. And yeah, the catapults are dead, and that only took down, what did it take? 3,000 hit points off, so nothing really too crazy. He's now loading up more rocks. He's got, what, 4 siege works. But yeah, if green uses Eclipse and does a rock drop, they can't be stopped. He is loading up with some catapults now too. In a little bit of a push here. So really at this point, kind of like normal game, this is just kind of ended. And all it is just stalemating to protect the Wonder. Like, I really have no attempts at attacking him. Also, I don't know why Grand Monster is even making a single Spearman. Was this the final game? Yes, this is game 2. This is a 3-game series. So we won the first game, so this is the second game of this series. It's not the final game of the tournament, but the loser of this match goes home and done. No, this is not. We've still got semifinals and finals to play, so you'll still, and then a 3rd place match. So there's still 4 rounds to play, or not 4 rounds, 4 matches after this. But he didn't destroy me, because all I'm doing, like, his score looks good because he's gathering, and I'm not. Like, I have almost no villagers doing anything. All they're doing was just building towers, lighthouse to get line of sight, and more stuff. And so, because this first thing happened, The rock's coming through. I moved my Osiris up here. And now we see rock number 2. What does he have in here? 8 catapults and 4. So 12 catapults, and we have another actual rock drop going on up here at the same time. And Shockwave, I think, saved this one. But he is not going to get to my wonder here because Osiris shot down the rocks. And that town center does, or that wonder does stay up. Why am I calling them town centers? And yeah, not of all those 16, they did not make it. Does green have? Okay. Green does have another rock coming. This one has only 3. Oh, and these rocks had to drop off too. And they're resigning because they know that they can't get to my wonder because I'm awesome. And actually they could have. All green had to do was just use Eclipse, and the only thing that could have targeted them was Osiris. So use Eclipse, scout out where Osiris is, and just fly away, and he could have just landed 20 catapults and killed my wonder. But we could have done the same thing too, because just we had Iron Maiden has Eclipse as well. Yeah, so that was that. Kind of, I hate games like this. I hate winning with a wonder. It's just such a cowardly way to win a strategy game. But the point is, Ozone, we won. Right, the Addy. There's no way in any sort of extended game they would win because they have an Atlantean. Like, they picked this map and they did a wonder the last time, but yeah, just when you're having an Aranos, I don't know why you'd pick this. It's just, you know what you're gonna get into, and it's just such a, I don't know. I hate winning like this, but if I don't win like this, then maybe they win with the wonder. But yeah. Anyway, maybe, what time is it? That's 11:20. Yeah, it's too late. I can't play. I gotta be up early tomorrow. One thing I will show you guys though, I think it might have a little too much for players. So after we won this, Iron Maiden actually streamed this live. You know how it goes. Yeah, we're looking at eco. I had the best eco. Well, what are you going to do? The only way really to win on this game when you have so many Egyptian, because all the town centers are back, how are you going to push through back town centers when they can just mass mercenaries? Like, the only way we could have won, which we could have, was just to push through the middle and kill the Atlantean, because there's no way that they can defend that. And nice to see Tom, though. Been a long time. Anyway, I'm going to actually, real quick, Tom was in New Zealand? I've got I'm going to do a clip live of our game, because when we won the game with my wonder win, we were all on Discord. I was kind of going berserk on the Discord chat. So I'm going to pull that up through Iron Maiden's view. Hold on. This probably won't be as awesome as I remember it being. Oh, I need to get to his videos here. I should have I'm kind of sorry that I didn't stream these live, because I didn't actually think I'd end up playing all the games. I thought I'd maybe just play one and then be done. I was kind of thinking, well, why would I stream my one game? So I should have done it, but I did not. What day did we play this on? This was, what, 3 days ago? How do you not see VODs? He's got him on there. I see him. Oh, you know what happened? It's not on there. Now I know you're right. And that's why Blackadders doesn't exist either. Is Twitch was down over the weekend on like Sunday. It must have deleted all of the streams from Saturday because yeah, there aren't any on here. So I can't watch it. But yeah, oh, you stream? I don't. I bet yours doesn't have it either. I bet yours is deleted too. I don't think any of them are gonna be there. But yeah, I started hollering on the Discord when I won with my wonder, mainly because what day was it? Saturday or Sunday? Man, which one was it here? I'm trying for it. I'm really struggling with this. You had your screen blocked? I don't know. This is taking too long. The hype is gone. Here it is, I think. Wonder why yours has it. Oh yeah, you did block the screen, didn't you? It was just me when I think you told me to shut up or something when we won, and I started hollering and screaming. The reason I did that was because Cam woke up from his nap right as we won, so he came in and was looking at me, and that was right when we won, so I just started hollering, "Yeah, you can't stop me!" Woo! And if he was so confused by it, like he just like stood there open mouthed and looked at me while I was standing up and pumping my fist and hollering and yelling at the computer screen. And I gave him a big hug. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna probably take too long to find it anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. It's 11:30. I gotta go to bed. I don't have time to play a game. So yeah, we won and we move on to play WKT, the other team, this weekend. And the other semifinal match is Deities of Death versus UCA. I think UCA will win. And I think F2 will win too. But I don't know if I can play this weekend. So maybe we won't because I'm out. But anyway, appreciate all you guys tuning in. It's 11:30. I got to go to bed. And I will see you. No, I can't. It's too late. I got to go to bed. Because the problem is baby Ava will wake up in about 3 hours. I'll have to wake up and feed her, and then I'll have to be up again in about 7 o'clock. So I need sleep. Yeah, you missed all the fun. But anyway, as I already said, I gotta go to bed. So thanks for tuning in, and be sure to hang out this weekend. Hopefully we'll get two more matches, the semifinals played this weekend, at least live. You could watch them, and then I would. Good night, Mr. Jeff. Good night, Blossom Goose. Good night, player. Tommy, long time no see. Hagrid, Ozone, and Apto, Mr. Wife Beater. You guys are all good. So I'll catch all you guys later. If you guys want to see live stream, probably this weekend you'll get to see maybe Blackadder streaming, or if you want to wait till me, I'll probably be doing it Sunday night or Monday. And that's it. That is all. Carry on. The end.